Wow, fit for a wedding then. Many thanks, Mrs. H. Welcome to Sunday. Sunday shave. How are you doing? I hope this virus is staying away from you. I mean, the way they talk, some of us won't know we've got it for a while or something like that. Anyway, I hope you're keeping well. Keep the shaves going and keep the hands washed. Right. Okay. A soap I've never used before in a video or aftershave. This was a gift, this soap. Aramis, that's how we say it, Aramis shaving soap. Nice scent. It's brand new, there it is. Is that the right way up? Yeah, I think. No, sorry. That's what it is. And it states, it's brand new, as you can see, it's wrapped. It says Aramis on the back there. Now, I'm going to hand lather this again. I'm not going to start doing this all the time, but it's just, I was going to use this mule scuttle, but it's a bit too big. And I could shave it off, but I don't want to waste it. It's just as easy to lather in the hand, and it works well, as you've seen in my last video if you watched. Okay, been going through the comments of my last video, and sometimes I'll answer comments in the videos, as you'll notice sometimes. I'm a better talker than a writer, if you know what I mean. But just in case I don't get back to those comments, one of the questions was, and I'll answer them as I shave, I'm not going to make it a massive long video, he says, but one of the comments was, can you use the new Wilkinson sword classic, the chrome one? So yes, I can. I'll use that with a feather blade, you said. So I'm going to use one of these, feather, brand new. And if you're wondering, the new classic, do you know this has been out? I first did a video with this razor in November 2018. Hasn't time gone? I never thought it was that long ago. But that's how long that's been out. Twist to open. This was the old classic. A much milder razor and safer because there's no overhang, but there is metal in the handle giving it a bit of weight. So, brand new blade, and here it is. So how's the weekend going? Alright? As always, if you're working, thank you so much for your service, and if you're in the medical service at the moment, my hat off to you. It's going to be testing times for a lot of people, isn't it? Right, that's the razor, that's the blade, that's the soap. Brush, I've not used this for a while. This is the first decent badger brush I ever bought. It's an Omega, it's worn away now, it did say on the side. It's a best badger brush, lovely brush. So I'm going to use that today, that's soaking there, so there's no picking it off there. Another question while we open the soap. Scuttles behind me. Somebody said you don't seem to use them or fill them with water when you do use them. Well, I do use them, you know, over time. The ones that you can fill up, the Crown King there, the thrown in stone in the middle. I got the big shave scuttle, which has got Arko in it, and I got a few others. Mainly in the winter. I don't always do it, but I do. If I'm going to do it, it's usually in the winter, fill it with hot water, and it makes a nice warm lather. I have done videos on it. So I'm going to create the lather on this, and then we'll wet the face. Just wet the brush again. So I'm going to keep the right inside. I'm going to do it, lather it from that side. Another one was True Fit and Hill. You don't see any videos of me using it. I don't think it's in the title, maybe, that's why you don't see them. But I have used True Fit and Hill many times. It's a good quality soap, like Tale of Old Bond Street, D.R. Harris, and that type. They're all roughly the same quality. Some are different. You prefer some to others, but yeah, I have used True Fit and Hill. So I'm going to gather off this and then lather on the face. Stan, quite right, thank you very much. You may have saved me a video here. I said about the blindfolded shave. And Stan commented, "You've already done one in the woods, remember, by the lake." So thank you very much. So search back in my videos. I can't remember which one it is now. I've done so many. I've done a few outdoor ones. Or was it the fact I just couldn't see? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the scent of this is absolutely gorgeous. It's a classic Aramis, if you remember this, many of you. There we go. Should be enough in that. We can always go back. We'll use this. Lovely scent. We'll see how good quality this is. And I've had this a few years now, I think. I've not used this, so here we go. Yeah, it's nice to lather up using nature's lather bowl. And you've always got two of them with you in case you break one. What else was there in the comments? I wrote a few down. Blindfold. Oh, stick lathering, shave stick. I've often shaved using, I wet the face and get the shave stick of palm olive, whatever it is, on the face, and sort of the bristles, straight in the eye, the bristles take off the soap. It's a lovely way of lathering. I really enjoy that. So I have done that many times. Because we need a good protection using the feather. Because this new version of the Wilkinson sword is more aggressive than the original black one. Not massive, but it's there, you'll notice it. And it's a twist to open. So I'll heat it up now. And we'll get on with it. Another one was, do I only... and it also states on the head there, Wilkinson. Somebody said, do you only shave twice a week? Yes, I usually shave just twice a week. A few reasons for that. Wow, nice. Whoever asked me this, have you tried it? The feather in this? Oh no, you've just got the razor, so we'll see how we go. It is an aggressive blade, the feather. But I've been enjoying it more and more lately. I don't know, it doesn't feel plucky as it used to do in certain razors. Could be just the razor. Yeah, so I just shave twice a week. The reason being, firstly, I get better shaves. I.e. less irritation, less razor burn, and the growth grows, it has time to grow. The razor does its job and it just works. Plus I film twice a week, 2 videos a week, so it works for me. Now this soap is a classic scent and it's beautiful. Yeah, it takes you back. Didn't even know they made this Aramis soap. Because I don't know what it's like in other countries, but years ago, when you could buy, you know, shaving soaps and razors like this, even though the cartridge razors were about, they still sort of sold razors. They did, more so Christmas time, they would release a shave soap, a razor and a, you know, an aftershave together like a set, and that's the time you'd buy them. But if they were popular, see that I did that last time, I recut it. If they were that popular, sometimes they would release them separately, but usually as a set. I'm sure many of you remember that, because I know Brute did it, Fabergé, and the Shulton Old Spice did it. And if I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have bought the bloody lot. Right, beautiful slickness for a start. Absolutely stunning slickness. The scent, not a strong scent, but it's there. I'm going to go just with water now. We'll see. Much thinner, but nice. Another question I had was, what do I think of the up and coming new replica? What's the Fat Boy replica from Global Shave? Well, it looks to be a nice razor on their website, very much like the Fat Boy. So it's exciting stuff, isn't it? Especially if some people that haven't got one, that would like one, or you know, would like a new sort of version, because at the moment that's the nearest we're going to get to it, I suppose, in the shaving world. But yeah, it's exciting times. I think there's only 300 being made apparently, so Sheldon on the website says. So good stuff. What else have we got? Scuttles, I answered that. Oh, Ken, if you're watching. Ken the viewer, I mean not Ken the shaver, Ken says. You asked. I put aftershave on, then the balm. You do it the other way around. Is there a reason for it? Something I've always done. That way round, the aftershave straight on the skin, because my dad used to do aftershave, no balm, pouncing about with that. It was finish the shave, bleeding or not, aftershave, bit of a dance and scream around the bathroom, and then off down the pub. So I put the aftershave on, then the balm, because I want the balm is more important if I'm going, because I work outside, and if I'm going outside, well, for the skin in general really, the balm is the last thing to go on and protects the face after because you've been scraping your face with a blade, haven't you? So it's always worked for me. However, if on that particular shave I want the scent of the aftershave to be more important, hence going out somewhere, I will change it up. I'll put the witch hazel or an alum, then I'll put the aftershave balm, and then I'll leave it for a bit and put aftershave. Unless I'm filming it, I'll put it on then, but I'll put the aftershave on later, just before you go out. But that's the reason for that. Oh yeah, another question. It's good, this, and good memory for once. Why do you use witch hazel? It's an astringent, it's good for the skin, especially after you've shaved. It puts it on, it sort of cleans the skin but soothes it. It soothes the skin, because witch hazel is good for the skin, and that's the reason I put it on. Simple. Okay, that's the second pass. Let's wet it. Let's do it properly. Yeah, still lovely slickness, nice scent, classic scent. If you remember Aramis. Aramis! Okay, I'm just going to wet the brush, and I'm going to go back to the puck, because we need a bit more. Soft brush, but it's good for lathering the hard puck, especially on the tips. You can see that. So what's your shave of the day? SOTD. Thank you, I enjoy reading them, thanks. And we'll come to dinner in a minute. Ooh, it's all go, isn't it? It's all go. I got some beautiful, Mrs H, thank you Mrs H, has bought me a vintage cider from Aldi. A bottle. That's cooling in the fridge. been in there a few days now. So that will be devoured today. Dinner, sorry. I bought 3. Pork steaks. They will be roasted slowly with a coating of pork stock, a pork stock cube. I had this idea from a friend of mine, Graham. And you put olive oil in a glass or a container, whatever, in a bowl, little bowl, ramekin I use. Bit of olive oil, a stock cube, mash it up, mix it up into a sort of paste, liquidy paste, and then coat the pork in it, then roast it with salt and pepper. Roasted that. I'm going to steam some green beans, steam some Savoy cabbage. I'm going to salt and butter some potatoes, white potatoes, and mash them, and lascientos of gravy. Beautiful. Let me know, I'll get a seat ready for you. Against the growth. It does seem, when you first put it on, it's nice and thick. It is old, this probably. But a lot of soaps I use. But this one does seem to dissipate a bit. It goes a bit thin, if you can see. But it doesn't hamper the shave in any way. It's a good slickness soap, even though it doesn't look maybe as thick and creamy as it could be. But it's very nice. One of those scents that takes you back. Another thing I get asked a few times in videos is what I'm wearing, as in, so I'll go through them as well. Because I know what it's like, is people have we all like to know things, don't we? Some people more than others. Just bear with me, I'm doing this because I'm not going to do it while I'm doing up against the growth on the lip. Otherwise we'll have no lip to shave. And I must say, this feather is not I wouldn't class it as, it's not aggressive, but this is a mild razor, mild. So I'd put a feather in that, no problem, and it wouldn't work out nicely. This is slightly more aggressive, so it's sort of top end of mild, maybe hitting into mid, but it works well, really nice. Right, okay, let me just rinse that. So what we're wearing, it's only going to be quick. If you're not interested, I'm sorry. Right, first thing I get asked, what's this bangle, as they call it? Well, it's actually called a torque bracelet, T-O-R-Q-U-E. Gold torque bracelet, solid gold. It was a present many years ago. I had it in a box for 5 years at least. Never wore it. And I thought one day, because a mate of mine, Graham again, wore one, and I thought, well, I've got one of them, I should wear it. Yeah, I used to keep it because it was a gift, I don't want to wear it. Well, why not? So I started wearing it a few years ago now, and it's, you know, it's always been there. So that's what that is. It was a gift. But did I tell you that? Oh, yeah. So I wear that. It's a torque bracelet, men's torque bracelet. That, and somebody did mention this in a couple of videos ago, is a 4Ocean bracelet. And I paid £20 for it to 4Ocean. It helps clear the sea of all the plastics. So every one you buy gets rid of a few pounds of plastic or something. And it's actually made of recycled plastic. They've got out the sea into bracelets, and they do other things, t-shirts and things, so that's just supporting that. That's what that is. And this is a signet ring, we call it. I had that when I was 18, I think it was. That's gold again. And a gift of my parents. It was a done thing then. I don't know if they do it now. 18 or 21, you were given something, a watch or a ring or something. So that's what that is. 3, 2, 1. Pick up time, baby. And somebody quite rightly said again. Hang on. Whew, that's cool. These pickup times are going higher, so it's becoming a 4th pass. How right you are. If this video's gone to 30 odd minutes, I'll be annoyed. Sorry to go on sometimes, but anyway. Boots, tea tree and witch hazel. Tea tree is another good thing for the skin. Very antiseptic, which I think in the current climate isn't a bad thing. Lovely. I like tea tree. Nice. And then I didn't have Aramis Aftershave, so I go online and get some. I thought, God, that's a good price for it. Very inexpensive. I wonder why that is. When it arrived, I could see why it was. It's a travel size, or miniatures they call it. But it's good enough because I won't use it that often. Yeah, similar scent to the soap. Yeah, classic, see, just a beautiful. Old Del Boy be proud of me. He who dares, Rodney, he who dares. British comedy, if you don't know what that is. Only Fools and Horses. Beautiful, he'd like this. Don't think he ever wore Aramis, my dad. He was a brute. Old Spice. There was another one he used to wear. Was it Blue Stratos sometimes? I can't remember. But anyway, before we put going to use some Arko Extra Sensitive. That's the result. So not looking too bad. Broke that now. Don't need a lot. So you out for lunch? Out for lunch, are you? Your home, family, restaurant? Of course you might be working. There is a paramedic watches me. So thank you so much for what you do. And there's a police officer. Well, anything to do with public, serving the public in any shape or form. Thank you so much. Work very hard, weekends and things. That is it. So, Wilkinson sword, classic, new version, chrome version, twist to open, non-adjustable, top end of mild, heading into mid-aggression for me, especially with the feather blade, brand new, worked very nicely, very smooth, very clean. The Omega Badger brush, many years old, best Badger. The Aramis, you can still see it, Aramis shaving soap, a gift to me a few years ago again. And somebody asked, in my shave den tour, in my last shave den tour, last one I'm doing, I won't be doing that again. It took 4 days to film that, and it's scary seeing everything out. Anyway, they seen this in the collection. They said, oh, use that if you can. This was then, so I'm using it now. Very nice. What else have we used? Oh, I've shown you the brush, the Paul H brush for the... Oh, that's right, I didn't tell you. No, I didn't show you this. Sorry. Somebody asked, my new brush, is that name, is it painted on, etched on, or what? It's actually the name, because I've gone with a magnifying glass on it. It's etched in, and then the etching is painted, if you know. So it's sort of indented in there and it's painted on. You can feel it. Feel the groove sort of thing. So I hope that helps. And that's on my brush. Then we rinsed off with cold water. We've used Boots, Tea Tree and Witch Hazel. Very nice, love this. I've made a version on my own, as you know, if you watch me regular. Aramis Aftershave. And Arko Extra Sensitive, and that's it. I'll leave you to it. Sorry if it's gone on. Just a few questions. I thought it'd be nicer to answer them in the video as we're having a chat, if I don't get back to you in the comments. And thanks for all your comments and your support and everything, as always. I really appreciate you taking the time twice a week to do so. It really means a lot. So very grateful. So yeah, many thanks. Have a great weekend. Have some great shaves. Stay safe, and I'll see you on Wednesday with the new old stock. It's all arrived, so we'll be using that in Wednesday's shave. So I'll see you then. Take care.